So here we go. Gehenna Gaming gonna be on the top left. It is gonna be KSP on the bottom right. Let's give them some little audio right here, right now. And of course, since Apex doesn't have its own spectator client, we are gonna be having to watch through their perspectives. So what
Alright,
do you
let's
got?
just hop straight into it, Doc.
Yeah.
As you can see, they went for a pretty interesting strategy right here. They're dropping 2-1 separately from each other right now. You can see that Alta right there on top left, the Pathfinder actually is lacking behind his team, and his team just went forward to pick up a couple of kills right there. Some easy kills, putting KSP in a good position right now.
시장 아까 내렸죠.
Oh, look at the items. Look at the builds they're running this time, Daks. They're running Wingman and I believe an R301. I think that's a pretty staple build that every pro player is running right now in pro games. It's a pretty good build for long range and medium range fights especially. And close range, we all know how devastating the Wingman is in close range. 2 shots and you're probably out of armor.
Yeah. Wingman all about hitting those shots. On the flip side, you can use the carbine to reset your aim and be a little more consistent with having all this range. Now we can look right now at the Pathfinder for Gehenna Gaming. He does have a Hemlock, interesting enough. So the Hemlock can be quite strong, especially if you use the single fire. What do you actually prefer when you play that heavy gun, man?
I think I like the triple fire a bit more. I'm the kind of guy that likes to be landing all my 3 shots at once, and it's insanely good damage for landing all 3 shots. You get I think a 90 damage for all 3 shots hitting at once. Pretty fucking efficient at tearing through armor.
On the flip side, dude, KSP-Gaming already going for the brawl on the bottom right, and you can see the aggression with the Wingman and the R301 shield battery already into play. Gonna go to the high ground, they spot out someone healing, and that should be an easy give. Speaking of give, is that one of the bigger ones? It's gonna be the Caustic throwing some gas, but they are gonna be able to just drift their way out of that fight. So KSP able to clean up some kills. The fight not over yet though, all the way in the backhand side. You're trying to get the headshot. Here comes the crack onto the armor, and a takedown there for KSP Gaming.
핑 찍은데
KSP is actually employing a pretty good strategy that we haven't been seeing this far into the tournament, which is actually having a scouter right here. As you can see, the Pathfinder is actually scouting and doing. He's just looking around for frags and waiting for his team to come by. Oh, Alta is actually getting shot right now. He's got to stay alive. Nobody's here to pick him up. He goes down right now.
피 채워.
Oh, his teammates comes in. Oh wow, that's a close save right there from his teammates coming in to support him.
내가 봐줄게.
KSP though, looking to clean up water treatment. Gonna be D1 supplying water into the towns. Here comes the heal. Not really gonna cancel it out. Looking to just B-hop his way to victory. They are trying to listen in on, but in the meantime, Gehenna spots someone out to the right-hand side near Skull Town. Here comes the slide transition with the movement, but it's gonna be a down one already thanks to his teammate. So the Pathfinder gonna clean that one up. Gehenna Gaming gonna go for the aggression. They do spot out the portal. They spot out a supply drop right beside them as well, but possibly a lifeline, and here they come to the left-hand side.
I think KSP Gaming on the other hand is setting themselves up for some really good games right here. They're employing the strategy where they sweep the outer edge of the circle and slowly push in as the circle closes in. So what they're trying to do is picking up people that are actually rushing for the circle right now. And most of the time if you're rushing for the circle, you're pushing for the circle, you're not going to be bothered with tracking your surroundings, and that's how they're going to get the easy frags coming into this.
So as a professional player for Apex, man, what is the biggest deal about the circle? Of course, you know people are running on in. So what is the prime position for a team in the first place? Especially one looking for the frags. Is it better to stay by the center and hope that the action is going to come to you? Or really go for the hunt and run around the circle's edges?
So typically in pro play and pro scrims, right, the strategy that most teams choose to employ is that for the first 2 circles, they're actually just purely hunting for frags. Doesn't matter how far the circle is. It's just racking the kills up, because the kills actually set you up to not only be better geared when you enter the circle, but more importantly, you will be in a better position because you just clear everything behind you before you.
Anyway, into the case right now, Gehenna Gaming gonna go on in. They do spot on the circle behind them. It is gonna be a little bit painful, and unfortunately for them, they are still running the whites. On the flip side, KSP out and about in that orange. You can see they're fully geared and ready to go through the smoke, through the fire, through the flames. It is gonna be a good little crack. Consistent damage there through the carbine. Gonna get another down and a takedown. They see a legendary bounce stabilizer 4. Gonna be removing that muzzle flash if I believe so. That's what it does, right?
Oh, Gehenna Alta right here is actually playing the two 4x variable scope right here. I don't think we see that play often, do we, Daks?
No,
Actually, the scope they had just got mixed feedback amongst the player base itself, whether it's good or bad.
I think
It's interesting to see him pulling out.
a little big. Like, if you see any of the hollow sites, they're a little bigger than what you want to cover. Most people really opt to that bruiser, the 1x HCOG, the 2x, the 3x, all really good, all really open, and just a rectangular shape, a little more comfortable to use in the first place. Now down they go, gonna go on over to the grassy side here, near Cascades, gonna be on the opposite side of Bunker, of course. On the flip side, KSP, moving on over to the bridges, and it's just like an alternate dimension kind of deal, almost at the same place, but just not quite. How many
I think
people
this
are
is one
left?
of the. There's 14 on Gehenna game side and KSP has 12. I think this rotation is actually one of the strongest rotation there is in the game right now. You're clearing through multiple hotspots as you're running through, and firefights in tunnels are really like easy to win if if your team is clean and you guys well communicated about it.
A little dangerous though, because you are going to be giving up the high ground when you run around river like Gehenna's doing. 14 to 12 in terms of the players left to go for the frags on. Now KSP going to go for the usual brawl by Bridges on the flip side. Here we go, Gehenna. Envoy cleaning that one up, catching out Jake Poison, biting with one little fang. And this is going to be a mop up on everyone just coming through into the circle. That is going to be a knocked out shield, getting whittled down, but someone on the outside. On the flip side, here comes Hell swinging through the bones. And here we go with the hits. Gonna be a cleanup here for Gehenna Gaming, and they're really trying to rack up these kills as much as they can.
I don't know. I think Gehenna Gaming knows that they're dropping behind in terms of kills and the amount of people left in the game. And you can see that they're trying to bait people out now by shooting, and picking out the more aggressive fights. On the other hand, I think KSP just set themselves up to win this game solid with a really high kill score right now. You can see 9 currently in hell. That's actually a big number right here.
Pretty impressive stuff. Really bringing up the average of the tournament. Make that a 10. Double digits is the way to go. And KSP looking really strong into this fight. Has already taken the high ground on Bridges. Moving on over to the Hydra Dam side. Looking to chase someone. Maybe by tunnels because they have a Pathfinder grapple in position. Now grapple on in the meantime here for Gehenna. Taking the high ground. Going for some shots. But unfortunately for them, they're not the ones playing the aggressor. They're looking to be the defenders of Ministeriate, and this is gonna be out there all the way on the opposite side. Interesting to note though, Yuris, look at that. Gehenna's still on that double white. Only one player with the legendary armor. Is this a valid strategy here for Gehenna, or are they just really lagging behind in terms of items?
I think Gehenna is just really lagging behind in terms of items. They're not picking fights as efficiently as KSP is right now, and they're taking long range battles. Sometimes you kill people from a far range, and it's really hard to go to their body. Sometimes it's not safe, and other times it's just a bit too far from the circle to loot anything, right? As you can see from what we're talking about, Gehenna right here risking the circle damage and going out just to loot. I think that's pretty dangerous at this point in the game. If someone else kills you shooting and block your exit, you're pretty much gone from here on out.
The circle now just coming on into them. We have out there depending on the portal to get away with his life intact. The server was gonna be not fried into this one, and they're now camping out that spawn point because it's their only way outside into that circle. So in the meantime, here we go with KSP. They're just roaming around the edges of the map, looking for anyone, straggling on down. And the real question is, will either team go for the respawn trick? 2 squads left here for KSP. It seems like they're playing solos right now, looking to clean up that last squad, trying to scout it out, and hopefully get a kill on 1 or 2 before allowing them to get another triple kill.
It's interesting to see these teams not using the baiting technique that's commonly used in pro level games, where they'll leave one squad mate alive and then they'll just run away, wait for them to respawn and come back and clean them up. We haven't seen that done on the side of Gehenna nor KSP. Maybe they'll be employing this later on in the next couple of rounds. Who knows, man?
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
a pretty strong strategy to pull out.
I remember in the last Asian Legends Cup, we only saw it in the finals itself, where With Ice was able to actually win out the tournament thanks to their patience. They got 1 or 2 more kills, I believe, over their rival, and that was the show. But for now, Gehenna Gaming gonna be by the Crevice, hiding behind the Shatter Forest, and here comes the smoke, and it's gonna be an artillery strike going their way. Arc Stars being tossed on out, and the Hemlock just gonna be bursted on, and you can see how quick the 2x actually zooms here for Gehenna Gaming, and here they come with the aggression. Now 5 squads are remaining here for the side of Gehenna Gaming. Here we go for KSP though, just 1 more squad to rule them all and bind them. Brawl still coming on over, smoke is there. Oh, the Arc Star connecting on the outer, and here we go with the energy guns. It's gonna be the assault rifle there, getting some good damage on the outer. The double bar shield here. Not gonna get too much value out of this one, but the shield says now looking to clean up his armor.
Oh, looks like Gehenna is getting surrounded on the other side. Oh, another Bangalore out comes on top of them. Oh my god. Gehenna really needs to get out of this low ground position they got themselves stuck in right here. They really need to run away from this position. This might just really cause them to waste a ton of ammo, a ton of resource just to win this fight itself. That I don't think is really worth it.
They have found a straggler. Take down of Bryce. Look at that JDY with the long range, with that SMG. The R99 just ringing at the Pathfinder. And now out there, spots out the Octane, looking for the tag and the bag. Here's that Havoc though, doing some damage, and here we go with the ring around the Rosie by the rocks. On the flip side, here for the side of KSP, as Gehenna takes down that whole squad, they have a Kraber ready here for Hell, and he has a lot to give to their opponents. Gonna get some deep threats, and Gehenna Gaming finally getting the items that they need for the crescendo of their fight. The Kraber looking for the shot though for KSP. Gehenna able to clean up another one. That is just a solo player from another squad though. It's gonna be a brawl between the two here down below. Can KSP clean this one up? 2 already down. KSP just one more kill away from getting the victory into this one. Here comes the push. Clean up for Gehenna on the flip side, but all eyes on KSP. They're going for the chase down, looking for the takedown. Maybe, just maybe get out of position to allow the respawn trick to hit. But it seems like KSP really wants to get the frag by the end of that one.
KSP with the smart move right now. If this was a normal public game, like, they would definitely have gone for the respawn right there. And I think they're looking to get the respawn. So that's 2 more free kills coming up for the side of the KSP game. Smart play right here. They know they have nothing to lose right at this point, and it's impossible for them to lose this stage right now. On the other side of Gehenna Gaming, they're actually finally getting looted up right here. Daks is purple armor on outer. Joy finally gets his blue. And this is, I think Gehenna Gaming really needs to farm this.
Did you see that one? The lifeline barrier actually giving the opponent's position away. 2 squads remaining here for Gehenna. Will they allow the respawn to happen? It might be a little too close, and the bait might just be a little too obvious here. So Gehenna instead gonna go for the push, looking for the attack. Gonna ping the one down, spots him out by the stairs. No, on the right hand side, and here we go with the high ground to the low. Maybe that Star Wars trailer gonna help you guys out with the flow of events, because the high ground very superior here for Gehenna Gaming. Here they go with the push. 2 down already. Clean up on ILG. On the flip side, KSP just running along, and this looks like Gehenna. Oh, are they actually gonna do it too? Yes, they do. They clean up too. Gonna run away all the way to wetlands. Gonna allow them to use the respawn on the south side. But I think this is way too dangerous and way too obvious rather for Gehenna. If I were a puppy like that, I wouldn't even bother sometimes. I would just try to go for the 1v3.
One big thing here to note, Alter actually has one last mech on his R301 right here. If he doesn't get the kill on this mech, he's actually out and he's going back to his Hemlock for it. And I'm not too sure how many shots does his Hemlock actually have though.
Well, have you noticed though for KSP? I'm not sure about the Hemlock either, but KSP might have made a big mistake because they already get down 1, and they're still waiting on by the respawn, fighting in and out of that circle. Artillery strike toss, and they are forced to execute the remaining Bangalore in the opposing squad because their rate was down. Very dangerous playing on the outside, not able to maximize their value, but at least a win is a win. That's 5 extra points for your score. Just a quick little takedown on the score here for KSP. It is 25, so you had 30 points for that first game. Good effort overall by the South Korean squad on the bottom right.
I think these teams can really look to farming the respawns a bit more, farm a bit more frags, and they'll do them real good right here.
Yeah, let's transition in though for Gehenna Gaming. Give them the spotlight right now. Here we go with the transition, and here we go with the full screen. So the Asia Legends Cup 2, guys, gonna be the show here right now. And we shall see if Gehenna Gaming can get an impressive score like that 30. Really high benchmark set up by KSP. What can Gehenna do to improve on that record?
Gehenna's really got to improve on the way they push. Got to push a bit more efficiently, get better rotations out there. Gehenna hasn't been fighting at all this entire. It looks like they've been, trying to chase fights, and most of the time the fights have already been ended. They're already gone, by the time they get there.
Yeah, it hasn't been the best time for Gehenna, but maybe, just maybe, playing a little more of the aggressor, not hiding like this, not really gonna work out for them in the first place. They do have to be a little more cautious, but at the same time, be more aggressive in jumping on their opponents. So they are waiting right now. Gehenna Gaming looking for another opportunity to strike. The real question is, will this actually be enough? Not really happening, and this isn't really a strategy you want to employ in the tournament, right, Yuris?
Nah, man, I don't think this is a strategy at all right here. Gehenna Gaming is a position where they really need to be baiting a lot more actively. Probably faking that they're running further away from here so that they get the respawn. Because right now it's a bit too obvious. Like, don't you think if you're at the pub right now, you'd be thinking, oh, shit, are we getting camped right here? Is this a trap laid out by Gehenna Gaming?
그냥 아예
Will
우리가
we get killed?
빼버리고 그쪽에서
As we
총소리를
come
내는
out,
게 나을
the pubs are not definitely gonna hit the respawn at this rate, in my
It's
opinion.
way too dangerous to smash that respawn. But here they go to the north side again, just taking control of wetlands, of the array transition. And they are going to be by the circle in the meantime. So, for the Asian Legends Cup number 2, guys, we also have another semi-final going on, as here comes a few shots, just trying to be pesky here for Gehenna Gaming. The other one, a matchup between Yakin Baby Gone 2 or YKB2 from Thailand versus TTP-SVM from Taiwan. So this semi-final, both South Korean squads, the other one more of an Asian flavor. Now here comes the shots. I think they're just shooting at each other for now. Just having some fun and waiting on for a respawn potentially.
어차피 안 잡을
여기 있다 여기.
I mean, it's taking a while for the do you actually think they're gonna respawn this rate? It doesn't seem like it's gonna happen at all.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. It's more of this guy just hiding, looking for an opportunity to get the 1v3 just in case. But for the meantime, yeah, just hiding on the high ground right now. Not gonna happen. Gehenna Gaming knows that they already cornered this mouse. A frag grenade thrown on that. Another one rolls down below. Looks like this guy just practicing his bowling instead of his Apex Legends career. Now here comes the transition. Goes for the rotation with that grapple on in. He's the D threat doing its magic, and that is gonna be a championship here for Gehenna Gaming as well. What score are we gonna expect here from this South Korean squad? That is the real question. They do get the +5 for the victory, but it was a little more meek compared to their rival. And it seems like they're going to be on the back foot after this first game. Here you go, 15 +5, 20 points to 30. Not bad, but still not going to be enough. Here we go for both Gehenna Gaming as well as KSP. Gonna be an interesting strategy here for Gehenna. Already into Skull Town, but this is at a point where everyone is already done fighting. You can see all the corpses littered around. Was this a little too late for Gehenna to actually come on in, Yuris?
I don't. I think Gehenna just set themselves up to be in a good position to push for more. With 1 purple armor and 2 blue armor on the team, I think they're well equipped to take fights and like more skirmishes. On the side of KSP though, it looks like everything is just starting out for them, and they're just rolling into Scout Town right now with blue armors and 1 white right here.
아 애들 너무 쫄았는데.
What do you think about dropping Thunderdome? I know a lot of pro players and mixed reviews about dropping Thunderdome. Some say it's a sleeper spot, others say it's a low key like good drop because you're gonna be able to gear up and loot up without fighting, and they're gonna go into Scout Town with all the ammo in the world to shoot people with.
I do agree that Thunderdome is like a supply depot for Skull Town, but at the same time you do miss out on those early kills. It's more for people who want to play patient, who want to play that third party, and at the same time there is still a contest point that middle of Thunderdome usually has a high spawn rate for a level 3 armor or at least a purple item to use. So for KSP, you can see that they are taking advantage with that double blue, and from the high ground they come and they clean up the rooftop quickly. Speaking of the roofs, here comes an Octane flying on in the air, and that beautiful tracking there from Hybic gonna take down the Octane of your in the air. Clean up on Isle KSP this time, and in the meantime Gehenna just running in the wilds, trying to stay a whim away, waiting for the rain.
I think Gehenna is employing the strategy we were talking about Daks earlier. You know, with all the aggression right now, hunting, pushing at the edge of the circle to pick up the extra frags and everything. I think Gehenna really got it down this time.
Yeah, it seems
Maybe
like
they heard what we were talking about them.
Maybe, but I feel like they're a little bit at a disadvantage still. 7 squads remaining with 20 people. Not really the best time to go for this. They are gonna be looking for stragglers, and they already see some kills. But this is a beautiful rotation on the western side of the map. The desert gonna be scorching, and what you usually want to do: Skull Town into settlement, check airbase, check runoff, and in the meantime, we see one get taken down from the side of KSP. They take care of the Skull Town stragglers this time. So it's like a little bit of deja vu. KSP on the past, we have Gehenna in the present, but it is KSP with a little bit of the advantage because there are more people to kill around the map.
As you can see, Gehenna game employing the strategy where you take the balloon, you go high up, you just scout the area around you. You keep rotating using the balloon to find people, and I think that's a strategy we can see if, you know, KSP do as well, because I haven't seen KSP use the balloon at all this entire day.
I completely agree. So they're just trying to clean things up as much as possible. Looking around, Skull Town still here for KSP. They spot out the portal. Will this actually lead to any kills? That's gonna be the real question of Discord or Discord sound on the stream. You know, these guys still in their personal preferences. Still no spectator client for Apex. We'll have to do as we have a quick little crouch. Wait, that Peacekeeper. Oh, the shots from KSP. Just 2 for 1 in that takedown. You can see they just sandwiched their opponents inside the building, clean them up, easy kills, and now they're gonna get some free purple armor along the way. This is some buy one take one deals that I am missing out here in Apex Legends. And in the meantime, Gehenna back into the River Bridges area. We'll see if they can actually get any kills along the way.
I'm starting to feel that Gehenna might just be a bit unlucky right here. They've been running around the entire and they've yet to find another squad to fight. You know. Now, and from the last time we checked on that, now it's down to 5 squads from 7 Daks.
Yeah, big misfortunes here for Gehenna. They're praying to have some fights, but they're not getting it at all. They're running around in the common spots, but it seems like every time they go there, the action is already over. Someone has already died. They have moved on. It's just like another relationship, that kind of idea here for Gehenna. They're trying to chase after, but they see no one along the way. Speaking of, look at this. Cascades had a brawl by the house, by the longhouse they're beside, and they don't see anyone else. They're looking around, maybe the respawn, maybe the watchtower, but it just isn't happening for Gehenna. And now with 12 people left, that's only 9 on the board. Not gonna be a good time here for the top left squad. In the meantime, KSP, digital threat, gonna look for that Octane who slides on down the speed, allowing the puppy to get on out, and it's gonna be Hell giving chase. Finally, the takedown from Heybake takes care of Frost Z, and they are waiting for more targets to come.
I really like how KSP is moving as a unit. They're moving in such a formation that the players can actually catch stragglers that run through them, or catch players that are trying to flank them at all. Look at this. They're using Hell as the scouter, running forward, buying vision, buying some knowledge, and buying some intel at the same time.
Unfortunately for him, he does get bombed out. What is that? The lifeline going for the Riz. Very cheeky. Not gonna happen. Gonna get torn apart by his teammates. But now KSP actually gonna get sandwiched between 2 squads. How will they get out of this one, Yuris? They see a legendary ready to go. Maybe that can be armor for them. Heybake didn't decide to get the shield battery instead, and 703 gonna go up the mountain. Here comes the Riz onto the Pathfinder. On the flip side for Gehenna, nothing really happening. They did get a quick little loot onto one, but Happel here for KSP gonna drop on down. Now 9 squads remaining here for KSP. This might be very unfortunate for them in this fight. Here comes the push from the pubs. They're trying to get the takedown, looking to use the portal as much as possible, but a good armor victor from Hell before he's forced to back on out. But Heybake now gonna drop. They already cleaned up Happel, and it's very dangerous here for KSP. Will they get down? Yes, they will. Just way too close to the sun. Tried to play with fire, and they're the ones who get burnt. Gehenna on the flip side still playing on, but we're waiting for that final result. KSP gonna get... How many kills is that? 9? Was that 9 kills?
Let's see. 9 Q it is from Team KSP right here.
So
I think KSP just got themselves caught in a really bad position. Where they were standing there, it's actually like a noob trap. So what happens is most of the time a lot of teams are rotating through that connector area you see behind the little tunnel hole, and then they run out and then they see you. And they're just gonna shoot you because, you know, where else are they gonna run? Run backwards? Nah, man. Most people just run straight forward.
Yeah,
that's how KSP got punished right there. They got sandwiched, and you know, that's the end of it for them.
It just happens that way sometimes. So in the meantime, let's transition in back to Gehenna. KSP with the 9 by the end, so that should be 39, I believe, for their total. So Gehenna needs to get that 20 points to take the victory here in this matchup. Now they're using the G7 Scout with full purples, and here comes the shots. Is Outer really spotting someone out, or is he just shooting at the rock? That's the real question. Trying to see if anyone is going to take the bait. Has the wingman available as well, and Gehenna really needs to be on the prowl and needs to take this victory to even have a chance to take the series.
I think Gehenna truly needs to abuse the respawn system this game has right now to get them the extra kills that they need. Does Outer actually see something? What's Outer looking at? And are we missing out something?
Yeah, I feel like Outer has been seeing things that we aren't seeing. He's been shooting at things that we aren't seeing. And the real question is he just hallucinating? Or does he have an idea? Or has he this paranoia, rather, that these people are around, maybe Gehenna Gaming, looking to get some kills that aren't going to be there? Again, another hush in the battle here field here for Gehenna Gaming. No one really home. Watchtower this time by the northern area by artillery. Not gonna have anyone whatsoever. So yeah, Gehenna not even needing to loot anymore. They're getting no value whatsoever from their scouting information because they're trying to knock on some doors, but no one is home.
Gehenna is actually in a good position. They set themselves up on the high ground right here to scout everything, and probably pick the fights they want to be taking right here. With only 2 other squads remaining in this position.
They're
Ooh,
on the
nice
high
little
ground.
B-hop there by Alta.
KSP 핵만 났다고 뜨는데.
Just to show off his B-hopping.
Dude, on-stream B-hopping tactics. Also on-stream cuffing, unfortunately for him. Always a bad time when you have to cuff the stream. But in the meantime, does a quick little scope on in. Finally spots one out. On 2, make that 2. Hiding by the Crevice. What do you think about these squads who really waste your time, honestly, trying to look for them? Is it a matter of inexperience for these new squads?
One is experience, and another thing is that most of these players come from other battle royale games which encourage camping, and waiting out fights to happen. But I don't think Apex is that kind of game, and just really waiting and wasting your time around just gets you fragged. And right here, Gehenna Gaming just knows where they are. They're looking for the other squad right now. I don't know if they're planning, kill one of them and force the respawn beacon on there. They spot the other squad right now coming down the hill right there. 2 of them? Does it look like a full squad? Yeah, I think it's a 3-man squad right now. And they might just push into each other if Gehenna doesn't do anything right here, right now.
Gehenna.
They're gonna shoot together right now. They're counting down on it. Are they?
Zip line to the left hand side, and yeah, as like for Gehenna, the thing to note is they really need to get these kills before their opponent does. They already lose 1-2. White give boys 7. They are gonna go for the push. Needs to get that last hit. There's the 30. Another one. Just one more. Might clean that one up, and there you go. That's gonna be out there getting that takedown. There's gonna be bleed out on 2. Phagix there, but they only get 1 kill out of that squad, and Gehenna knows they have to either do the trick or just at least win this game to even stand a chance. Very, very dangerous though here for the SK squad. And here they come out in front. JDY taking a lot of damage. Oh, the wingman shots don't connect! But that's gonna be a beautiful slide onto the Wraith. That should be a clean on up. Gehenna though has to back on up. They really need to do the respawn as much as they can. Time to do the math, guys. +2, +2, +2, +2. How much can they abuse it on average, Yuris?
I don't know. It's gonna be really close. I think like 1 or 2 points probably from KSP score right there.
Yeah.
But it really depends on this pub right now whether he feels comfortable to respawn or not. And Gehenna really needs to give him the space to respawn right now. Because if I'm in this position, I'll be worried, My teammates went down really quickly. The enemy team went down even faster. And they're just probably watching me right here.
Dude,
So who was the last guy that was alive, Daks? I didn't
didn't see him either. He was on the 2nd floor though. We didn't get the model. There was a down on the Wraith. You see the blob dropping on down. Don't know why that is still. And I was gonna say, like, from watching all these tournaments, from getting to cast a few of these Apex tournaments, I feel like when I play Apex now and I see a squad just run away from me at the last parts, it's like, these guys are playing in a tournament. And this is a little bit of morality. Do you help a team in a tournament by giving them harder fights? Or will just run on and force them to kill you? Or just ruin their day and hunt them down? What kind of personality do you think really rules that one? As we do see the respawn, so Gehenna Gaming gonna get their wish.
Damn, like Gehenna. Oh, while we talk about that, right? I think the best way to play about this, if you're at the pub right here, is really to just, try your best to fight them off, because it's not impossible at the end of the day. These are still players, these are not aimbots, these are not cheaters. You can still win them. Just try your best most of the time. Play smart, play around houses, building objects, any way to funnel players into you, instead of letting them all 3 hit you at the same time.
But that does allow Gehenna Gaming the position, and they just decide to back one out again. So maybe by this time the pub's like, these guys are playing with me. These guys are doing this on purpose. Do I subject my friends to another horrifying death with only their fists and nothing else? Or will they decide to just maybe leave the game? Have you ever had an experience like that where you're looking for that last squad and suddenly you win? I was like, what happened? So you just left the game. Oh, okay. Okay, that's the show. But Gehenna Gaming hoping though, not gonna happen. Oh, the Watchtower gonna get a fight. Here they come. Oh, they're gonna decide to drop on down. But it seems like the Bangalore and the Wraith still on the high ground looking to get those kills.
Gehenna, I don't know how hard, how they're gonna beat this one now. I don't think the pubs are comfortable with respawning at all. They're just gonna pick the fights with Gehenna now, on and on again.
Yeah.
The other respawn beacon is actually outside the circle as well. With only 12 seconds left, I think Gehenna is really just gotta kill them and end this one right now.
Yeah. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me thrice, why are you still letting me respawn? That's gonna be the real question. So Gehenna Gaming looking for the care package instead. Maybe can get a Mastiff or a Kraber out of that one, or maybe even just a Legendary. Doesn't really help though, because they do have the advantage 3v1, and they have shown that they are mechanically superior to their opponent. So they're running around now for out there. He's trying to just hide on the outside. And would they actually go for the bait play? I saw this, I don't know when I saw this, but I saw this a while back, Yuris. So one member will actually allow themselves to get down outside the circle, just give the pub a false sense of security. So it's like a 3v2 kind of scenario after the respawn, and then you just go for the victory. But it really has to be that you can trust your team to either up you in time or just get those kills in the first place.
Truth be told, I actually haven't seen anyone pull this off in really big pro plays. Cause most of the time people won't fall for it. You already know what you did. They did a couple of times before, like baiting them to res and stuff like this. Cause I don't think this is gonna work out the way they intend for it to be. But on the other hand, this is a smart strategy they're employing right here. Some of them are playing the small character model, so they can just duck and hide behind the bushes, as you can see right here, right now.
Yeah.
And I've actually lost to people that are doing this a couple of times right here before. Just hiding in the bush blocks you from being seen, and it's actually very hard to spot.
So this time Gehenna gonna be deciding, okay, we're gonna take a play out of the opposing squad's books, and we're gonna be the ones on the high ground, being really cheeky so far. In the meantime, we are just waiting on here for both squads to finalize their results. In the meantime, Yuris, do you think that there have been any hackers so far for either match? Oh, there you go. There's the leave. There's the leave.
It's tragic right there.
Heartbreaking for Gehenna. So the real question is, what is gonna be their score? I think the score to beat is was it 37, 39?
Yeah, I think it's. All right, then let's see their scores.
11 with the +5, so that's 36. That's a 36 in total.
Oh my god.
Either way, I don't think they made it. I don't think either way that Gehenna made it. So it does seem like we're gonna be having to round up the scores real quick.
Like, just before we go in, what lineup can we be expecting from both teams right here?
We saw Bangalore. I think we saw Bangalore there for YKB, but transitioning into our double screen, we already see a drop here for the side of KSP. Gonna be a split by the watchtower area here near artillery. So again, KSP deciding to go for the tactic wherein they loot first before going into the hot drop. So Hell gonna be on that Pathfinder. We got a Bangalore here for Happel, and Haybake gonna be on that Rate. So no lifeline. If you guys have realized, no lifeline here for KSP. Doesn't need the medic, doesn't need that faster kind of healing. Instead, they are gonna use the Pathfinder for more mobility and a little bit more scouting. So what do you think about this lineup? What do you think about the fact that these teams aren't really running the lifeline here for the side of KSP?
I think on the side of KSP, especially since we have seen them play the last couple of runs, for them aggression matters more than anything else. They can't be bothered to sit around and wait for the medic drone to heal them. They're constantly b-hopping and hitting themselves on the fly itself. I don't think Lifeline is going to be a good fit for their playstyle. I think another good thing, another big thing that you've noticed about Lifeline is that Lifeline has a very easy to hit hitbox, very predictable hitbox despite it being small. And I think that's a very big problem when it comes to competitive play. Like, they want to get every competitive edge they can out of the game itself. And on the side of KSP, they're actually engaging right now in the bunker.
Look at that. Mozambique gameplay from KSP. And they decide to just play aggressive, jump out in front, and really good rest back there from the teammates. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go in with Mozambique, right? You guys have to back me up. And that they do. So KSP just cleaning that one up. On the flip side, here for YKB, they are gonna be running the Lifeline Pathfinder Bangalore trio. That's KSP cleaning up this bunker. So it looks like YKB having a little bit of stuttering issues. But here for KSP, no stutter is required. It has been all confidence from them all day. And this is going to be artillery looking to shell out for them.
Just look at KSP. They're well geared enough running around and looking for ball frags outside of here. Ooh, look at the meds he's getting right here. Inside of Hell. What do you think KSP is employing? What kind of tactic do you think we've seen from KSP right now?
Again, I want to go back into how they start the match in the first place. They go into a close to the hot shop. So if you go artillery for most of the server, you decide to go into Watchtower instead. We saw a while ago, I believe that was Thunderdome for Skulltown. So they do get the frags, a fragment of the initial fight, but they are well geared. So they are playing it a little more safe, even though they are very, very aggressive in what they do. Oh, look at that. Golden backpack here for YKB2's side. The Pathfinder gonna have a fun time with this one. Just gonna be able to grapple on in, get a shield barrier to the face, and still fight on, fight on. The R99 gonna be very, very scary in the front line in the first place. That's KSP on the bottom right. Gonna be moving back to where they spawned. Gonna be the Watchtower again. This time they spot out the fights in Cascades. And I know a certain guy who really loves playing in Cascades. What do you think about the grass desert area?
Cascade is really a hit or miss for me. I think Cascade has one big flaw, which is buildings. There's way too many buildings, and buildings fights in this game are really subjective. It really depends on whether you have the shotgun and you have the angle.
Yes.
One pump, we know one pump in this game could just bring you down to probably like 10 HP. It's a good pump.
Yeah,
And that's why I don't like Cascades. Cascades is hit or miss for me. Most of the time it's a miss.
I guess they never quit, huh? As YKB2 using that pump shotgun, getting that frag. In the meantime, KSP playing the higher ground, just cleaning up with the Eva instead. Playing with the doors, open, close, parentheses, and that's gonna be a takedown. Did you see that one from KSP? Very, very cheeky as YKB is rotating. Very well played. Gonna be taking.
What is this? It's a digital thread. I was expecting
Mm-hmm.
probably a golden armor or something, and then. But I guess D-thread works too.
D-thread is good. D-thread is good, man. Look, putting it on the wingman, of course, can see rather through the smoke. Speaking of smoke, YKB covered in it, trying to get back in position. Unfortunately, it is gonna be them looking around. Has a zipline available? Looks like it's gonna be a fight. The Bangalore gonna be the first to actually spot someone out. And here we go with the push again. Just keeping control of the valley area. By the house already. Spots out purple armor. Very dangerous fight here for YKB. They're not well geared compared to their opponents. So they're trying to make this one work. Unfortunately for them too. They are having a few technical issues, but they do get a takedown onto one. R99 now trying to get that will down. Boom! Look at that beautiful transition with the Peacekeeper. Keeping the peace and gonna go for the brawl still. On the flip side, KSP on the high ground again, just keeping the scatter information to the maximum, having a lot of intel. Still, YKB though, in this fight, cleaning some kills up, spotting out potential corpses, looking for some better armor, and YKB has to be frantic in getting this gear for this game. Now, up on the lifeline, a small opening, perhaps for YKB to reset, refuel, and get back in position. Look at that legendary armor here for the Pathfinder. Will this actually be enough here for YKB?
I think YKB is in a good position right after that fight. It's got themselves some meds, you know, a nice stack of armor, probably some ammunition right after this. Because the Pathfinder right here definitely needs more ammunition. He has only one more mag of light ammo left before he's out of it.
One more mag and a dream perhaps here for the side of YKB. On the flip side, KSP transitioning into the opposite side of the map. It is gonna be the Skulltown area instead. And the real question is, will KSP actually get some kills on a few members here there in the village of Skulltown?
I think they might have just heard some gunshots earlier. I wasn't too sure where I'm hearing the gunshots. I think KSP heard some gunshots coming in, and that's why they're checking out Scouttown right now. Picking up their stragglers and probably, you know, the few that are remaining alive.
Yeah, so it seems like YKB having a really bad time with their stream, so we are going to transition into Bangalore instead of the Pathfinder. Look at that, a bunch of kills to his name, has the artillery available, so YKB going to be taking the zipline instead. On the flip side, here for KSP, onto the bones they go. And what is the significance of the bones in Skulltown anyway?
The bones actually give you a really good high ground vantage point. It allows you to funnel people up. Because the only way to get up the bones, it's either you be a Pathfinder, you run up the bones itself, or you take the zip line. So if you're not a Pathfinder, that leaves you with two options, and both options can be watched. And you'll be basically funneled into a straight line, and it's easy to land shots if you're trying to contest someone up in the bones itself. And especially in the final circle above Scout Town, the bones are really strong. It allows you to throw some really good nades down. Probably do some chip damage before you start the real fight itself.
YKB though playing it cheeky, trying to get onto some robs that they're gonna slide off on into the airbase. Instead they go, and since they do have a Pathfinder, they can take advantage of the rooftops. But speaking of airbase, they are gonna go by the brawl near the ramp. And usually you see airbase as a hot drop. You'll be looking for that triple crate, looking for a item or two, and if you don't get it, you run away screaming. But here for YKB, they're gonna play it slow, plop down the medic drone, and let's see if Doc can get the healing going on to the Bangalore. On the flip side, KSP again just rolling by the fossil. It is gonna be an archaeologist field day here as KSP gonna be putting in some more corpses along the way. They do get a backpack level 4.
Nice
Beautiful fast
movement
heal.
right there. Holy shit! Did you see Hell's movement right there to dodge the shots?
For
Yeah,
YKB.
he was mixing up his crouches and his slides right there. Oh my god, he managed to dodge like a couple of meat shots that were probably killed him from the shotgun itself. Wow, nice movement up there from Hell.
Impressive stuff, but Fear 4 airbase can be controlled by YKB. On the flip side, KSP fighting in Thunderdome, and you want to go for the first rule of Fight Club. Don't talk about Fight Club, but they are going to go for the fight instead in the Thunderdome, looking for a frag or two by the roadside. And now here comes the slide, trying to get as much mobility as they can, looking to get in position, trying to find a target or two. KSP now just firing.
Look at the way Hell is playing. Hell looks really confident in his ability to get fragged right now. He's just constantly pushing forward and forward, despite the fact that he's only having blue armor right here. Wow, dude.
Who needs purple armor when you can get the frag so easily? Look at that tracking as the Bangalore runs away. KSP gonna get tagged in the bag, and now he's gonna look for a few more items. Shield cells, of course, always gonna be helpful. It's just like a little bit of refreshment along the way. Always want to have that water break. Always gonna want that shield break in the meantime. But here for KSP, back to the Skull Town boats they go. 7 squads remaining, 7 kills here for Hell. He's really giving them hell in the first place. On the flip side here for Ton and the YKB squad, they are gonna be trying to use the bungee and look to scout around again. Will they find a target sooner rather than later? Instead, they are going to be planning to go for the supply drop, splitting around, looking to see if someone's by Skull Town, someone's by Market, trying to shop, but it does seem like Son is not going to see much into this one.
Oh, Hell found himself a purple armor. He's the first purple armor on his side right now.
Oh,
It looks like they're just gonna, it looks like they're just gonna sit around maybe the outer ring of Scout Tower. They look for some frag, probably for people checking out where the shooting is coming from,
Same idea here for the side of YKB2. They've spotted out the opponent just out in the field, and they execute him on the spot. Easy clean kill. And this is gonna be Ton right now, trying to track on down, cracks the armor. Gonna be good hits here from the R301. We have a grapple in from 2E2, and they are gonna get knockdown shield as well as some other gear along the way. On the flip side here for the side of KSP, this is gonna be Hell looking up on top, gonna be a brawl, clean up here from the side of YKB again. And the real question is, can they actually bridge the gap? It seems like in the perspective side, it is KSP in the lead. They are just whittling down these squads, but on the flip side, look at that in the face of Mr. Boone AKM. They just kill that guy on the spot. And what do you even do when you see 3 people try to beat you down?
You just gotta pray for the best.
You just
I mean, sometimes you're lucky. You're playing someone like Gibraltar. You drop your bubble. You play around the bubble. Try to bubble bait a bit. But if you're not Gibraltar, you're probably gonna struggle. Kind of thing.
First time I've heard someone say a Gibraltar not struggling, but the bubble shield does help out in a few instances, even though it's a big orange dome of please come in here, guys. In the meantime, KSP rotating in. They spot one out by the buildings across Market. Here comes the rock shots, and 133, 703 gonna fall on down. The wingman able to clean that one up. KSP now to the high ground again. 6 squads remaining here for the Korean squad in their game. On the flip side here for Ton and the Thai boys, it's gonna be 3 squads remaining. Skull Town it is.
I wonder if KSP is actually gonna start staggering the kills right here. Bait respawn so they get a couple more, since they know they're in a good position to win this from here on out. Good armor, good loot. Yeah, I think they're just looking for it at this point, Daks.
KSP has been on the rampage so far in the tournament, and seems like streaming them has not changed that fact whatsoever. So for you, man, what is your preferred kind of circle deal? Like, where do you wanna be in this latter stage of the game? Is there a specific part of the map which is a little better? Early game, early late game, that kind of deal?
Right now, and early mid game, I'll be running around the circle, running at the edges of the circle, picking up people that are running in the circle, or like people that are coming to check the outer edges of the circle. It allows me to get the best of both worlds. But when it comes to the mid, like the late game itself, right? vantage is definitely important. Vantage and high ground. You know? So when it comes to this phase, I'm constantly looking out for high ground opportunities. You know, good rotational opportunities as well, right here, which is what KSP is doing right now. They're just running around looking for ground. You know, taking as much ground as they can, clearing ground. Because clearing ground is important during this phase of game because it essentially tells you where the enemies could be coming from. You know.
Yeah, true. As YKB gonna go for the brawl here, and they're gonna get caught by the devotion. A rock in a hard place. And it felt like it was a really bad fight there for YKB. They were out in the middle. They did the same folly that the random pub did a while ago, who was just out in front, out in the open, and YKB gonna suffer for it. They do only have the lifeline available, so Blanking, the lone survivor. I feel like those were fair kills though, as it was a brawl, a 1-for-1 trade here between the two squads. The Pathfinder though bleeding on out, and Blanking gonna go for the res, so the lifeline getting a little bit of value. But in the meantime, speaking of value, this is gonna be KSP getting these frags, hell on the high ground, and he just looks down on everyone that he sees along the way. Gonna drop one down right now, might be a little dangerous here for KSP though. On the flip side, YKB still fighting, still brawling, 2 squads remaining, and it's gonna be 2v2 trying to slide on down. What can the Pathfinder do in a situation like this? Will they go for the clutch, or will they go for the res, especially in a tournament setting?
I think the best shot he has right now, since the two squad left, which is him and the other squad, the best he should be looking out to do is to stay alive. You know, probably get a nice nade stick on one of the enemies, and just finish the fight out. Because right now, if you were to respawn your teammates, it's a bit too dangerous. And as you can see right now, picks the man up, gets caught in the 1v1 right here. Is he gonna knock him out?
He
Oh,
did.
one more shot, and he got him.
Really clean there from 2e2. Gets one down.
Oh shit! Look at it. Oh my god! I don't think he planned to drop down there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dangerous stuff. A little bit too much momentum when you swing that Pathfinder grapple all the way in. The physics at wonky. It's more about the momentum and speed that you're coming at them, especially if you jump up on top. So the zipline now available. And 2e2 is trying to think, is he gonna go for his lifeline first? Or will he go for the 1v2? Or will he bring back the Bangalore back to life? That's gonna be a big question here for YKB, because all eyes are on him. On the flip side, KSP onto the high ground of Skull Town. It is gonna be a fight. Look at that wingman shot. Connect! 3 hits. Gonna get that takedown. And it is gonna be Hell cleaning this one up again. A lot of takedowns here for KSP, 12 only for the Pathfinder. Who knows how many kills his teammates have. Happel though gonna get smacked, and that is a clean shield break. That must be a Kraber in position on the high ground.
Holy shit! Did you see
Oh,
how
sick Kraber shot! Yo.
Wow, Hell right there actually spotted the guys on the guys on top of the scout just by the sound of the bullets that were tracing through him. Wow, that's actually pretty impressive right there.
This
The set of
guy,
KSP. Let's check this out.
Hell, popping
Oh, look
off,
at that
popping
shots
heads.
right there. Oh my god, Hell, landing the double consecutive headshot, giving him the free kill and the lifeline right there.
Yeah, a little help there from Happel with the scout just to clean that one up, get the mop up, and now back to the low ground they go. They do have the advantage, they do have the one man up, and they do have the spawn points in control. On the flip side here, for the side of the Thai squad, it does seem like the Bangalore is back to life. So Ton gonna be going for a 2v2, perhaps scenario. Maybe the Skultan though has been rest on up. Unfortunately for Blanking, he is dead on the floor. So High Big Happel and Hell right now, the 3 H's of KSP, looking to get back to take control of the high ground. Here comes the grapple on and swings the momentum there, landing him in the middle. Beautiful positioning here for Hell. And that Kraber though might still be a factor here against KSP. We saw it just tear apart both Happel and Haybeck. What is KSP doing? They are trying to get away from the sidelines, yes, but what is their plan of attack?
Could they actually be trying to bait them out from the high ground itself? It's much easier to contest. Oh wait, no, Hell is actually going up on the bones itself. Look at Hell, he's actually going.
What is that? What is patience apparently from Hell? Here he comes, grappling on and like a superhero. They're trying to loot their teammate here for the opposing squad. And this is gonna be one caught with his shorts down. Very dangerous here for the side of KSP's opponents. Hell gonna drop on down, looking to hunt. Is that a Nocturne? Is that a Bloodhound? What is that right now out in front of us? We see the glow. It might be a Bloodhound running away quickly. Yes, it is. You can see the eyes of Odin glowing, and the All-Father tried to channel his might, but Hell is looking to even be mightier. If you guys have seen Thor 3, you can see that the Goddess of Hell can get a takedown onto Asgard. And it is gonna be KO and Vanessa gonna fall to the hand of Hell. Another clean kill with the Wingman, and KSP gonna get some space away from their opponents, will look for another set of takedowns. But as I say that, YKB on the flip side might be brawling against their opponents. Skull Town, another matchup here for the Thai squad. It's really cool to see that both teams are in the same spot. Clean up there, and that is going to be Ton getting that final takedown with the alternator. It seems like that extra res helping out the Thai squad, and that is going to be them on the board. What score will YKB2 get?
Oh, on the side of KSP, is KSP actually baiting the respawn or something?
Yeah,
They don't
they
seem
are.
to be pushing.
Yeah, they are. They got a takedown to 1. In the meantime, there you go. We have YKB with 18 on the board, plus 5, 23 points for their first game.
Give it up to YKB's Pathfinder for keeping himself alive so they could respawn his Bangalore right there to finish up the game with 2 people on board. Damn.
Impressive stuff indeed. But for now, KSP gonna go to the higher ground, just being as pesky as they can be, grappling on in again. But seems like hell this time, messing up his rotations, trying to make that one happen. Not gonna fly. So we are just waiting on, guys. We are just waiting on for YKB to confirm their scores. But here for KSP, it's just your standard stagger. Looks like YKB gonna get straight into it. They want to get that second game done and dusted. They don't want to think about what their opponent is doing. Instead, they are going to play to their best, to their strength, not going to get pressured by any kind of score set by KSP. But we all know already that KSP has something very, very imposing waiting for us.
Look at him going for the crepe. Is he going for the stall point? Too bad we don't have stall points right now. He's looking around. He's trying to go for 360 shots. Look at him spin around with that Kraber.
It's gonna be pretty
Daks,
high.
so what do you think about the Kraber actually?
I love the Kraber. You know how much I love the Kraber. I do implore the arc. Oh, look at that KSP getting that hit. That's that takedown, gets championship. But yeah, the Kraber feels like it is a powerhouse, especially with the headshot. It just feels right. And a sniper rifle in the battle royale, able to mop up those kills, takes care of shields with body shot, insta give, working out in your favor. And look at that score. Look at that score, Yuris. That is a 28 plus 5, 33 points. That's what we are talking about.
KSP putting on a great show, especially Hell right there with the movements on the Pathfinder.
Impressive.
Tell me, have you seen a cleaner Pathfinder this entire day other than Hell? I think Hell's movement on Pathfinder is actually insanely good.
I think he does have the advanced mechanics of Pathfinder, you know, to a T. He's very comfortable with his rotations, his like loops. Like you can see in Skull Town, he knows exactly where to grapple and how quick he has to be to land exactly where he wants. I think the only time I saw him really mess up in Skull Town was that last one where he was just having some fun.
He was messing around, on the Scouts.
He knew it. He shook his head pretty ridiculously. But YKB now gonna be dropping by Market. Do you like this stand? Do you like this spot here?
Ooh, this is a bit iffy in my opinion. Because the gun drops are not confirmed here. Sometimes, right, you could get really unlucky with the drops here, and you won't be geared enough to fight the other squads around you. Just look at the Bangalore right now. All he has is an R301, no armor, and just looking around the fights. Pretty dangerous.
As first skill comes though, we are gonna give YKB a little bit of the spotlight in the meantime as KSP is setting up for their next game. They do get a kill onto one, make that two. So YKB with a clean squad wipe, and now they are gonna fight some people coming out of Skull Town. So maybe that's what YKB wants to do in the first place. They spot out anyone who runs away from the initial Skull Town fight, and that is just lambs to the slaughter. Easy kill. Easy takedown, easy point here for the Thai squad.
Look at what I was talking about. Look at how low they're running on ammunition even before any major fights has broken out itself. 60 shots into Scout Town, that's a bit too dangerous. I don't think they're looking for the Scout Town fight right now. They might be looking to go to market, you know, maybe pick up some cheese queues and some people walking out of market. So if there's also a couple of guys drop to market to their right, see if they go for it, Daks.
Maybe market gonna be a good place to shop for those takedowns as well as some gear too. But we look at that gear here for the Bangalore in the first place with Ton. He has a wingman with a good extended mag. Speaking of extended mag, the light mag on the R301 as well going to be very scary. Transition on in as KSP is already into their game. They are going to drop on down And here we go, KSP looking for an opportunity. Look at that blue zone. It's going to be Skull Town as YKB mopping up the rooftop of Market. They are going to go for the push. We have a Legendary Arbor, I believe, on the Pathfinder here for YKB as well. Tracking on point. Takedown there onto Chikra. And this should be Son just executing the raid on the spot.
On the side of KSP though, they're in place for a really good game right now. This is the dream. This is literally the dream itself if we're going to go for a high frag game. Circles in Scout Town, drop Scout Town, get looted up, start running around, you know. There'll be definitely a couple of squads. There are 3 to 4 squads dropping around here. I think KSP is in a good position to come out with Scout Town here. Oh wait, actually they're changing their mind. Fuck it. Let's go Market, you know.
Bailing out of Skull Town, gonna go inside the CQC nature of Market instead. It does make little sense, however, if you do play Market, you have a similar playstyle in Skull Town, more on the CQC aspect, especially getting a Peacekeeper or 2 might help out your squad in the Lorongan. So for KSP, they are gonna gear up pretty significantly before moving into Skull Town to get that legendary whatever it may be. So this time, they are going to go for some pings, 55 people to kill. No, wait, that's 52, not counting them. On the flip side here, for the side of YKB, 27 left, minus them, it's going to be 24. So can they actually get the frags that they need? They need to bridge the gap, as they are about, I believe, 10 points behind against KSP.
I think KSP might have just went for the inferior drop. The loot here just isn't good enough to sustain the trio of them. Start a fight. Because we know that Scout Town is now the hot zone. There should be multiple squads in there. They don't look like they have enough ammo to take all of them at once. So let's see how KSP takes this fight right now. Right.
YKB, in the meantime, actually taking for a fight. Gonna go into Thunderdome, and here comes the shots on the eastern building. Gonna get a takedown onto Steezo first and foremost. And this is gonna be a fight after a fight. Third party in full performance here. And this should be easy loot here for YKB. They see a few legendaries, they see a few purples, and they're like, thank you next, thank you very much. We'll take all those items.
On the side of KSP, they're still looking around for people in Scout Town itself. I don't think they're finding anyone. Oh, they might have found something. They ping.
Is it too late though? Is it too late? That's the real question. KSP trying to get in position. Spots out opposing Pathfinder. He's really shiny with that red. So Hell gonna decide to ascend into the heavens instead. And this time he's gonna be. Oh no! He slides down by mistake. And it's very dangerous. This might be the choke of the century here for KSP. As here comes the Mirage, as well as one more. 2 focusing down onto Hell. Haybeck as well as Happel need to play this clutch. On the flip side, YKB showing on up. Sexy PPH gonna get that kill on the Hell. And what do you think about that kill?
He just got finished, man. That was really tragic on KSP's end. If you're referring to the death of the Pathfinder, I think that was a big oof and a big mistake right there to go in alone.
Big mistake. I feel like that was just a choke on the performance of KSP. Making a mistake with Market as well as dropping out with the Pathfinder. Now it's all going to be the rates. This might be a ghost of a chance situation though, as KSP can sign the back on out. This is going to be very close. Will the rate be able to stay alive? Has to use the phase shift to try and stay in this fight. But here goes to the right hand side. This might be the last light he's going to get. Gets the down. But is he out of this one? Looking to get on the board right now for KSP. Gonna meet the Bangalore now down, standing still. Very dangerous. On the flip side, YKB brawling still by Thunderdome. So much action between the two, but these are two different situations. YKB gonna be an army of 3 trying to face off against the world. On the flip side, Haybig, a hope and a dream to try and keep the chances and this game of KSP still alive. Gonna be moving on now to Thunderdome. Can he actually get the res? Will he need the portal in the first place? That's the real question.
But he hasn't even got their beacons yet, Daks. How's he gonna res them? He has got to turn around.
Has to turn around.
Oh my god. SB is really stuck in a sticky situation right now. Really have got to look for some meds and heal up. Turn around for them.
Dude, it feels like it's gonna be a whale of a time right now here for KSP. This is the toughest of all gums for the South Korean squad. And the biggest thing you need to do is, oh no, Hell is down. Hell is down for this last game. No Pathfinder to rely on. And that is just unfortunate here for KSP.
I don't know how I feel about it. Hell was really the star performer for the last couple of rounds.
I completely agree. The double-digit scores, while of course KSP has had a good, well-rounded roster, it seems like it has been the bright shining light of the Pathfinder in the first place. Puts the portal down here by the yellow propane tank. Will he actually make it though? 10 seconds?
He's trying to do it.
No, Pathfinder spots him out. Not gonna be hell though. It's gonna be maybe a piece of heaven instead. And it's gonna be Happle now. Gonna be a devil on the shoulder as Heybig is forced to fight all by himself. 1 versus 35. Can we be optimistic and say that it is gonna be a 35k? Heybig, of course, gonna be chased after. They know that the Wraith is all alone. They know where she's going. Not gonna be any kind of shenanigans here. A turnaround here for KSP. Trying to get the takedown there. Looking for the shots. And here comes the slide. We have been on KSP for far too long. Let's talk about the Thai squad here. Let's talk about BKB. YKB rather. They are gonna go to the Bungie. It seems like they have gotten out of some really good fights. And now with 12 people left and 4 squads, 5 kills here for Ton. This might be able to bridge the gap as KSP is on their last legs. Here comes the jetpack. The fuel on down. Scope 1 in, however, for KSP, as well as the R99 to run away. And if you're in this situation, Yuris, what would your preferred loadout be? I feel like this is a loadout where you should be looking to get those straggle kills, looking to play from long range instead of wait to CQC. What do you think?
For me, I'll definitely like look to pick up a shotgun right now. Probably like a long range, like R301 scout. Longbow, something that gives you the long range damage, you know?
I was thinking
Let me
like
get some free snapshots.
a longbow and maybe an Eva, you know? Because, like, instead of, well, many people do prefer Peacekeeper as well as the whole one-shot potential. Having the Eva is a little more consistent, and with the nerves of being all alone as well, it might be, you know, it might be a lot better to have a little more space to work with, a little more breathing room, just in case you do mess up that first shot. So the Eva gonna be so good in CQC, the longbow good at picking off anyone from long range, especially when someone else is shooting at them. You can get the kill credit for your team, and KSP needs every point that they can get. What do you think about that?
I agree with what you just said right there. KSP really just needs to get those straggle kills, you know? Probably, you know, pick up some people that are having team fight, like some guys that are looting right now. KSP, Heybig right here really cannot afford to fight a full fight. He's only on white armor. What's he gonna do against a full team of 3 that's rushing at him?
Absolutely freaking not. And here we go with Ton. He tossed the artillery from up top. Yes, he did. So here comes the rain down into the fields of Africa again. Gonna be a few shots going his way, and this might be a little dangerous for YKB. Out in front of that shatter! Never mind, he gets shattered down as he slides. Way too obvious which way he's going. And that is going to be Chris Dead Mango just taking care of the Bangalore. A little bit of a choke again here. This time on the side of YKB side. Heybig on the flip side. On the outside, it is going to be a glow of orange here for the KSP squad. And it doesn't seem really good for either team. So now, 2 versus 8. And on the flip side, 1 versus 21. The odds are not really in favor of either side, KSP's in particular, but they do have a 10-point buffer, so will actually be enough.
But look at YKB's Pathfinder score. He has 10 kills by himself.
Oh my god, you're right! 218 nerf.
Could this actually be the turning point? Pathfinders on both teams carrying their team?
Yeah,
oh
man.
god.
Having different results right now. And YKB, if they do get the win here, that's gonna be an easy 5 points additional. So it all depends now on to these two. Let's see if the Pathfinder and the Lifeline can make this happen. Gonna go for the push. What do you say, man?
I really don't know how KSP is gonna come out ahead of this. YKB set themselves up for a great game this one right here.
Yeah.
The Pathfinder's performance is... Oh my god, both Pathfinders have been performing.
Oh, look at that clip! Was that enough?
Oh
148.
my god, dude.
It should be
right
really good damage here.
Oh,
Trying to
look at the
trap him
flick!
down.
Holy shit! Did you see that flick? Run into the other guy hiding by the...
Long range R99 gameplay. Here we go with the Pathfinder. Slide on down. 280 though. Has to stay alive. Never mind the wingman doing enough damage. So Blanking needs to be the clutch for this side. Can YKB get the victory? Will they go for the up first? Will they actually go for the chase
But
down?
does Blanking knows about him being... Blanking doesn't seem to know where he is.
No, he does.
Oh my
he
god,
does. It's gonna be
Blanking
fine.
has to push. He really has to push for this
That was a
one
bait.
right here.
That was a bait with the res, and here comes the wingman with the shots. Lifeline versus lifeline. Can YKB take it? No, they choke at the last moment. Not gonna happen here for Ton and Co.
I think there was miscommunication on the part of YKB, right? The lifeline didn't actually know where the other lifeline was. Attempted to use the rest as a bait instead of just pushing straight for the healing.
And you guys want to see that perspective. DHC apparently 17 kills though. Very well done effort by YKB. Oh, KSP has already lost 2 and it's just gonna be 2 points. Oh my god, what a record for both squads. 17 for YKB. 2 for KSP. Oh,
Wow.
wow.
My goodness.
How have the tables turned? Okay, let's talk about that real quick.